Hi everyone, welcome. I am Dr. Quinto. Hi, welcome to today's workshop to learn more about nationally competitive scholarships at UNG. As I said, I'm Dr. Quinto and I'm here to talk with you a little bit about nationally competitive scholarships and really how we are here to help you find and apply for these. Welcome to those of you who are joining us. We are so glad you're here. So let's just go ahead and jump in. We're going to start by learning a little bit more about nationally competitive scholarships advising at UNG. We are here to help you find and apply for nationally competitive scholarships. I see Dr. Hightower joined us. So Dr. Hightower, Dr. Lynn, and I all work with you to help you find and apply for these opportunities. And so we want to introduce you to what some of these scholarships are and really how we are here to help. So let's jump in. What is a nationally competitive scholarship? You may be thinking, okay, I know what a scholarship is, but tell me more about what you mean by nationally competitive. So these scholarships do provide funding. That's what you're used to about scholarships. They provide funding for your tuition at UNG, for example. They could provide funding for study abroad. They could provide funding for those of you who are planning to transfer. Maybe you're a current associate student. And they can also provide funding for research opportunities, for professional development opportunities, all kinds of opportunities. But what makes them nationally competitive is that you will actually be competing with applicants from around the US. So as you can imagine, these applications, these scholarships are definitely quite the undertaking to work on one of these. But we are here to help. So that's what we really want to introduce you to that idea today. Let's move on a little bit to talk about how we can help you. As I mentioned, a national scholarship application is quite an undertaking. It's a challenge, but we're your team. So as you probably would guess, scholarship applications are typically comprised of essays, oftentimes recommendation letters, and sometimes additional components, including an interview. So the good news is we are here to help you with all of that. Let's start with the essays. If you have ever worked on a scholarship application, then you know that an essay usually asks you to say a lot in a relatively short amount of space. And we come in to helping you draft and revise these essays. Oftentimes, we will help you revise them up to 8, 10, 12 times. So it can take many weeks or even months to prepare one of these. But this is our expertise. So we will provide you with essay feedback and help you revise and refine them. Those other components of the application, we're here to help with those as well. So you may be requesting recommendation letters. We can advise you on that. You may be preparing other materials within the application, and you may even be preparing for an interview. We arrange practice interviews for applicants. So we really want you to feel as ready as possible, and we also want you to submit an application that you're proud of. We really want you to put your best work out there, and we are your support system for helping you with that. So, good for you to know that you have a team here to help you. That's kind of a theme we'll be covering several times throughout today's presentation because we want you to know we're here for you. So next, let's talk about a little bit more about why you should apply for one of these national scholarships. Because as I mentioned, there's a lot that goes into them. You're going to be preparing one of these for weeks, if not months. And why should you take the extra time to apply? Obviously, funding is appealing to everyone receiving a scholarship, but it is work to put into it. So let me tell you a little bit more about why. The good news is that UNG students have been competitive for these scholarships, extremely competitive. UNG students have received these scholarships, have been finalists, semifinalists, been invited to interviews, and ultimately have been extremely successful. So UNG students, it's good for you to know you can do this. And we want you to really think about this amazing opportunity. The other good piece of good news is that your chances of receiving one of these scholarships tend to increase with each application that you undertake. So we like to say that you might not get the first one that you apply for, but your chances get better with each application that you submit. So why not get started? Go ahead and start the process. And speaking of the process, there's more good news. What we really like to focus on is that the work that you put into preparing one of these applications will help you regardless of whether you receive the scholarship. And you might be wondering, how can it help me if I don't actually receive the scholarship? Well, as I mentioned earlier, preparing these essays, working hard on them, practicing articulating your long-term and short-term goals, and articulating your why, all of those experiences will actually help you to become a stronger communicator and prepare you for future opportunities. You will be more competitive for future opportunities because you will have learned about the process of communicating to an audience with this particular goal in mind. So that's why we really help you through the whole process, and we focus on how it can help every single one of you. Of course, fingers crossed that you actually receive that scholarship. But even the students who have not received them have told us, wow, I really learned more about myself during this process, or I have a clearer picture of where I want to go and how I want to get there. Or in some cases, now I feel more prepared to apply for graduate school, for a master's program. So we really want you to think of this as an overall opportunity. And we want you to know that we are here to help. So moving on, in case you have not already heard about some of these wonderful national scholarships, I can list a few examples for you. Some of these may sound familiar. You may have heard about some of them, but if they're all new to you, that is perfectly fine as well. We will introduce you. I know that I mentioned that some of our scholarships can help to fund your current undergraduate studies. So, for example, for our associate students, if you're looking to transfer, the Jack Kent Cooke can help to fund your undergraduate education. And that's whether you transfer to UNG or to another institution. Maybe you're a STEM student. Maybe you're passionate about science, technology, engineering, or math, and you're a researcher. The Goldwater could be an amazing fit for you. That could also help to pay for your tuition. A research experience for undergraduates, REU, that can help to provide you with an invaluable research opportunity for those of you who are passionate about STEM and looking to experience your research hands-on. So those are a few examples, but moving on to some others for undergraduates. The Gilman Scholarship, many of you have probably heard about, that can help to pay for your study abroad. So you may be interested in study abroad, but maybe you think, I can't afford that. Gilman can help, and that's specifically if you are receiving a Pell Grant, then you could be eligible for Gilman. The Truman Scholarship, another great example of an award that can help pay for your undergraduate education and for some of your graduate education. But the Truman is for those of you who are passionate about public service. Maybe you are really drawn to public service and passionate about it. And there are many, many more examples. I'll just add one more. You've probably heard about the Fulbright. It's one of our most famous scholarships. And the Fulbright, there are several different kinds. It can help to fund a summer study abroad. the Fulbright UK Summer Institute, or Fulbright can help to send you abroad to teach English after you graduate. Fulbright can also fund, and that's for a full year. It can fund a full year of doing research or a 1-year master's abroad. So obviously these opportunities are really interesting and exciting, whether it's, your study at UNG, study abroad, maybe a combination, maybe research. But what we want you to know is that there are these scholarships and many, many more. And what we are here to do is to help you sort through them. We're going to have an advising appointment with you. We're going to meet with you virtually. We're all virtual right now, and talk with you about your path and your interests and your goals. And then we're going to help you find which scholarships match up with what it is that you're passionate about and where you want to go and what you want to do with your education. So that's where the advising piece comes in. First, we really just want to meet you where you are and find out what you're passionate about and what scholarships align with that. And then, as I mentioned, the next step will be preparing the scholarship application. And we will be there as your team each step of the way for every single draft, every single revision, every single question that comes up about preparing the application, and everything from requesting recommendation letters to possibly preparing for an interview and any other application components. So I know we covered a lot of information, but that is a quick overview of how we can help with nationally competitive scholarships and what some of these scholarships can help you to do, and really what the application process looks like. Now, I will take questions in just a second, but if you're thinking of some, feel free to start sharing them in the comments. My suggestion, and Dr. Lynn and Dr. Hightower, we're all available really to meet, to do a virtual advising appointment. The sooner the better. That's the suggestion. It doesn't matter whether you're a first-year undergraduate or whether you're a graduate student, a senior, a grad student, or maybe you've already graduated. You're an alum. We want to meet with you. We work with you wherever you are with your education, because there will be one or more scholarship that can help you to do what it is that you want to do. So to schedule an appointment, you'll email us at NCS, that's for Nationally Competitive Scholarships, so ncs@ung.edu. The sooner the better. We're available for appointments, and we'll meet with you virtually and really help you get started with these applications. But with that sort of overview, what questions are you all wondering about? Do we have any questions so far that have come up about scholarships, about the application process? Okay, when is the best time to reach out to the NCS office? Oh, and thank you. Mandy Lucito, our graduate assistant, shared our email address in the comments, ncs@ung.edu. This is a great question. When is the best time to reach out to the NCS office? I would say the best time to reach out to us is now. It's as soon as possible. It is not too early, and you can, of course, reach out regardless of where you are with your education, whether you're a current undergraduate, current grad student, or an alum. So I would suggest the sooner the better. Some of our deadlines are coming up soon. Fulbright, for example, we're working on that all summer. And so the conversation, even if you'll be preparing for an application pretty far in advance, the sooner the better that you start working on these and planning. Great question. And so you see our email address and our website, ncsadvising.ung.edu. Thank you so much for sharing that, Mandy. And what other questions does anyone have? Anything you're wondering about at just scholarships, application process, advising, any other questions kind of coming up that you're thinking about? And it could be about a specific scholarship as well. We're happy to share about those too. I'm checking just in case any other questions come in. Well, I'm so glad that several of you joined us today to learn about these. And a quick reminder that we're available to meet with you all summer. So we're here and eager to help. So we will, work with your schedule, find the best day and time that works for you, and really help you get started on this process. And it's an adventure. Working on the application is an adventure, and certainly your aspirations and your goals are a huge part of this. So we want to support that. We want to support you dreaming big, and we want to support the process of exploring how to get there, how to accomplish those things that you're so passionate about accomplishing. And we're here for you. So we are your Nationally Competitive Scholarships advising team at UNG. And one more quick question, checking to see if anyone is wondering about anything else. If there are any other questions, feel free to share them in the comments, just in case there's anything else that you're wondering about. We'll take a minute or so more in case I can provide any more information before we wrap up today's overview. Okay, I'm going to take one more look at my notes to make sure I got to kind of cover everything that I wanted to share with you today. I think so. We really just wanted to make today an overview to give you the introduction. So, and welcome, Dr. Lynn just joined us too. We're just getting ready to wrap up, but if anyone has one more question, feel free to share it in the comments, and we can answer that before we wrap up. Okay, so quick reminders. We want you to think about these opportunities, and we want you to know we are here to help. So the first step is to schedule that appointment. And you see our email address in the comments, ncs@ung.edu. Email us and say, I'm interested in learning more. Here are the days and times when I would be available to schedule a virtual meeting. And we will get that meeting on the calendar as soon as we can and help you get started as soon as possible. So please do reach out to us wherever you are with your education, whether you're an undergraduate, a grad student, or an alum. We are here for you. And unless we have any other questions, we are going to go ahead and wrap up. But I'm so glad you could attend today. Hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about nationally competitive scholarships, and we're really excited to work with you. So we are excited to hear from you, and we'll look forward to a virtual advising appointment soon. Hope you all have a great rest of the day, and talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.